Hello everyone. As we have learned the basic commands on router, now we will start our routing. So as you know, there are three types of routing. One is default, second one is static, and third one is dynamic. So in this video we will be learning static routing. So for that, the topology that we will be working on is this. So what we will do, we will start the packet tracer and we will draw this topology. So I have placed the devices and now I will select the cables. So for that I will click on the choose automatic connection. I will click on the router 0 and then router 1. Again router 0 and router 2, or I can press control and then I can select the cable type. Now I can connect the devices continuously. And now press the escape button. Now since the connections are completed, we will jump to the configuration. So for that, first we need to configure the PC. So we will click on the PC, go to its desktop and then click on the IP configuration, and we will assign an IP address 10.0.0.1 with the subnet mask. As you can see, we have taken /24, so we will manually configure the subnet mask 255.255.255.0. And then the default gateway. The default gateway value will be the same network IP of the router's interface on which the PC is connected. In this case, it is fast Ethernet 0/0. So whatever IP we will be giving to the router, we will assign in the default gateway. So for example, if I am taking 10.0.0.2, that will be the default gateway. Similarly, we will configure the PC1. We will go to the desktop. We will click on IP configuration and then we will choose an IP 12.0.0.1 and we will hit tab and then configure 255.255.255.0, and the default gateway value will be same network IP that we will configure on fast Ethernet 0/0 port of the router. So that it will be 12.0.0.2. Now we will configure the host 3, that is PC2. So on the desktop mode, click on IP configuration and then I will assign the IP address 11.0.0.1, then tab 255.255.255.0, then default gateway value, that will be in this case 11.0.0.2. Okay, so we have assigned the IPs to the host. Now we will configure the routers. So first we will go to the router 0. We will click on the CLI mode and we will skip this process. So for that we will write no and then hit enter. So we will press enter. Then we will jump to the privilege mode after typing the command enable. Then we will go to the configuration mode, config T, then hit enter. Then we will go to the respective port. For example, if I want to configure fast Ethernet 0/0 port, then I will type in interface fast Ethernet 0/0 and hit enter. And then we will configure the IP address and then the IP address. For in this case 10.0.0.2 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and hit enter. Okay, so by default all these ports on the routers are in shutdown state. So we have to apply a command no shut down and hit enter. As you can see, now this port has come up. Remember that we have to configure the same network IP on host and on the fast Ethernet 0/0 interface. So if we are configuring 10 network on the fast Ethernet 0 port of PC0, then we have to configure the same network IP address on the fastnet 0/0 port of router 0. Okay, if we have configured the different network, then the communication will not be successful. So as you can see, a log message came up that is saying LAN protocol on the interface fastnet 0/0 changed to up. So similarly, we will now type in exit, then we will go to interface serial 2/0 and hit enter. Now we will assign the IP address as mentioned in this topology, that is IP address 13.0.0.1 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and then I have to apply no shut command and hit enter. As you can see, this is the DCE end of the serial cable. So we have to configure the clock rate on this side. So for that we have to type in CLOCK clock rate and space, and if we press the question mark, then these are the values that we can assign in the clock rate. So for that we will by default we apply 64,000, so we will write clock rate 64,000 and hit enter. So as you can see, the port is still red. It is because we have not configured the other end of the device. So now we will configure the interface. So we don't actually need to write exit command and then we can go to interface. We can directly go to interface by typing interface 3/serial 3/0, hit enter, and then type in the IP address 14.0.0.1 with the subnet mask .255.0 and hit enter, no shut, and clock rate 64,000. So as you can see, I can apply the commands in any order. So now we have configured the router 0. Similarly, we will configure the rest of the routers. So we will click on the router 1, go to its CLI, we will type no, and then we will configure. So for first enable config terminal interface serial 2/0 IP address 13.0.0.2 255.255.255.0 and no shut. Now as you can see, the port has come to green color. That means, and a log message came up that is saying the interface serial 2/0 changed state to up. We will see a log message on the other router as well. So that means now I can ping from this router to this router. So I have now the connectivity from router 0 to router 1. Again we will configure the other ports, so other interfaces. So I will type interface serial 3/0 and IP address 15.0.0.1 255.255.255.0, no shut, and exit. So we have configured two ports or two interfaces. Now we have to configure this interface. So for that I will type in interface fastnet 0/0 and then IP address 11.0.0.2 255.255.255.0 and hit enter, and then no shutdown. Note that on fast Ethernet 0/0 port we have to assign the IP address 11.0.0.2 because we have assigned the same IP address as the default gateway of the PC2, but on the serial 2/0 port of the router we can assign any IP address of the 13 network range. So for example, if I have applied 13.0.0.1 on the router 0, I can apply 13.0.0.23 or any IP address on the router 1. So now we have configured two routers. We will click on the third router and we will go to the CLI mode and now enable config terminal interface serial 3/0 IP address 15.0.0.2 with the subnet mask, no shut, and hit enter. As you can see, now the port has come up. Again, we will configure interface fastnet 0/0 IP address 12.0.0.2 255.255.255.0 and no shut. So now we have configured the two interfaces. Now we will configure our final interface, that is connected to router 0. So that interface is serial 2/0. So we will click on the router. We will type interface serial 2/0 IP address 14.0.0.20 255.255.255.0 no shut, and as there is a clock, we have to configure the clock rate 64,000. Okay, so I have to go to interface serial 3/0 and apply clock rate 64,000. Okay, so now if I want to check the connectivity, I will pick the packet, drop it on the source and on the destination. As you can see, the communication is successful. Again successful. Again successful. And we also have the end-to-end connectivity with the routers. But we will not be able to ping from PC0 to PC1. The reason is that this router only knows the network directly connected to this. It does not have any information about the 12 network or 11 network. So what we have to do, we have to configure the routing protocols. So in this video we will be learning how to configure static routing. So for that we will click on the router 0, we will type exit. Note that in static routing protocol we only define the indirectly connected networks. So the command for applying static routing is IP route, then press a question mark, that is destination. So here we will define all the indirect connect networks, so one by one. So now IP route 12.0.0.0 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and then there are a lot of options how we can configure ABCD, that means forwarding router's address, that is the next hop address. So if I want to reach to the PC1, I have two paths, one from the router 1 and the other one is from the router 2. So in static routing we can manually define from where the packet will flow. So if I want to go to PC1 from PC0, for that we have two paths here. One is via router 1 and then second is via router 2. So in static routing we can define from where the packet will go. So the next hop address is actually the forwarding router's address. It means where the packet will be forwarded. So if here I have assigned the IP address 13.0.0.1 0.0.2, that is the IP address of interface serial 2/0, then the packet will be forwarded to router 1. And if I assign the IP address 14.0.0.2, that is the serial 2/0 IP address, then the packet will be forwarded to the router 2. So we can choose from where we have to send the packet. So for example, in this case, I am choosing 14.0.0.2 and then hit enter. So, and then similarly we have to give the information of the 11 network on the router 0. So for that I will type IP route 11.0.0.0 subnet mask and then the forwarding router's address. So if I want to reach to PC2 from PC0, then I again have two paths. One is from the router 1 and then other one is via router 2. So I can again manually select the path. So for example, so here I am taking the 14.0.0.2 and hit enter. Okay, so if you type the wrong command, you will see a up arrow on the place where you have entered the wrong command. So what you have to do, you have to just correct it and hit enter. Then similarly we have to give the information of all the indirect connected networks on router 1. So we'll click on router 1. We will type exit and then IP route 10.0.0.0, then 255.255.255.0, and then again we have two paths. So I am selecting 13.0.0.1 and then hit enter. Again IP route 12.0.0.0, 255.255.255.0 and then space and the next hop address, that is 15.0.0.2 and hit enter. Now finally on the router 2 we will type exit, then IP route 10.0.0.0, 255.255.255.0 and then next hop address, that will be the forwarding router's address, that is 14.0.0.1 and hit enter. Again IP route and the 11.0.0.0 with subnet mask and the forwarding router's address, that is 15.0.0.2 and hit enter. Okay, so I have entered 15.0.0.2 and it is showing an error that invalid next hop address. This is this router. So here this is the IP address of the serial 3/0 interface. So I have to type .1 and hit enter. So now each router has the information about the all other networks. So we will be able to ping from any location to any location. So for now we will click on PC0 and then on PC1 you will see the message successful. Then from PC2 to PC1 successful, from PC0 to PC2 successful. So that is how static routing is performed. And if you want to check the packet flow, then you will click on the simulation mode. You will pick a packet, drop it on the source and one on the destination. We will capture and forward. The packet will go to the router and then it will be redirected to the forwarding router's address. That will be router 2. Why? Because we have configured it. So then again it will be forwarded to router 1 and then it will reach to the PC2. And then the reply. As you can see that packet is following two different paths. So that is how we can perform path selection in static routing. So we have assigned different next hop addresses on the router 0 and router 1. So that's why the packet is following two different paths. So that is how the static routing is performed. So how the routing is performed in this scenario is when we ping from PC0 to PC2 and the packet arrives at PC0, so the router looks in its routing table and it checks for the destination. So if it is available, then it will be forwarded to the forwarding router's address, and if it is not available, then the packet will be dropped. So as we have configured the static routing, the packet will be forwarded to the next hop address, that is router 2. Again router 2 will check the destination in its routing table and it will forward the packet to the next hop address, that is the router 1. And then router 1 will check its routing table and it will find the destination in its own local area network and it will forward it to the PC2. And the same process will occur till the communication is successful. So that is how the packet flows and the routes are learned. Thank you for watching.